Hey, what's up? I'm Jason.
Zach Odom.
Kenneth Mount.
And this is Rock Forever Magazine.
Hey guys, it's Tori from Rock Forever Magazine, and I'm here right now with Jason Lancaster, and tonight he's playing with the band As You Are, is what you guys are going by. This was a big discussion just before the interview, but we figured it out. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good. Just excited here at Back Booth. You know, turnout's great. We got together yesterday for the very first time ever to practice as a full band. I'd say it went pretty good.
Don't be scared. It's me amazing.
Yeah.
No one's too nervous yet. No jitters.
No, that's the good thing is, you know, I was sitting down and you know, thinking about this show and the CD release and everything, and I was like, you know what I want to do? I want to do it just acoustic, really laid back, and then like it'd be really fun, you know, showcase more like the lyric sides of the record. And then I was like, well, I don't want to do it by myself. I was like, so I wanted somebody to come along, and it's like, who knows the record better than these guys who produced it? So you know, they're great friends, great musicians, and they knew all the songs. So it was a really good opportunity. And then Kenneth started sending me videos of them practicing. And it was just like, they have the studio where we recorded the record with, so they would just pull up the songs and then just jam really hard to the songs. And it made me so excited about the record that I was like, okay, we have to get a drummer now. We have to get a drummer. So Max from Set It Off is here with us tonight.
Oh, cool.
If you guys haven't heard Set It Off, check it out. They're awesome.
They are.
Great band. So yeah, it came together really nicely. It's awesome.
Yeah, so you guys must have been working on this album for a little while, huh? So now it's like your baby that you're finally letting out. Today's the release day. How are you feeling getting to play these new songs live tonight and seeing the feedback from all the fans?
It's gonna be awesome. You know, we released the record, it came out today, technically, but a lot of people were getting their pre-orders in and things like that. So, you know, it was really cool to kind of see those responses, because I don't know about you guys. Well, I do know about you guys. We all put a lot into this record. You know, working with these guys is always something that's just an amazing experience for me personally.
What?
It is.
Oh, they're blushing now. Yeah, you guys must be psyched. And we're going to start with a few finish a sentence for you guys. You ready to go? Now, first concert you ever went to was... Let's pass this down. Let's start here.
Mine was, my mom took me to see Paul McCartney. That was my first concert. I was 8 years old. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Dude, that's so much better than mine.
She started off right.
Okay, let's
I saw Todd Rundgren at the Roxy in Atlanta.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
I know, but I mean, you know.
It's hard to top that one, right?
I saw my first like big concert. I say big concert. It was Good Charlotte and Sugar Cult in Tallahassee.
way.
It was Good Charlotte, Sugar Cult, 7-10 Split was there.
I just lost.
Yeah.
Because this was a competition the whole time.
Right.
Right. And now your music is inspired by... You just got
honestly,
deep.
No, like it is. It's a lot of this music is inspired by life. You know, I always say that, but just recently, you know, over the last couple of years, it's become more inspired by God and you know, my relationship with Him and growing, and you know, just I'm married now. I'm about to have a kid, so it's all of that is just. I don't know, all those feels, I guess.
All the feels. We're going like Tumblr lingo right now. All the feels.
It's such a personal and honest record for you.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
I could definitely tell that listening this morning, that it was very personal to you, you know what I mean?
Well, I tried to phone it in on one song and just kind of write something down that made sense real quick, and Zach actually comes into the piano and he's like sitting there and he's like, yeah, that sounds good. He's like, you could do that. He's like, but he's like, where's that you in there? He's like, you know, like he's like, you have this way of wording things where it's like you paint pictures with stuff, and he's like, so it's like, scrap that, throw that away, that's trash. Do it again.
Gotta be brutal, but it made for a good album, right?
I mean, I love it.
And now the highlight of your career so far was when? I don't know, would you guys have different highlights? Would you want to pass this around?
I would say tonight is the highlight of my career, hands down.
Man, and the show has barely started.
It has just barely started, but you know, it's such a pinnacle point for me. It's you know, a culmination of the last 20 years of my life.
True.
You know, I've done lots of records. I've done lots of records with these guys, and I've played lots of shows, been to different countries and stuff like that, and all that's awesome. And it all builds to the point where it's like, now I'm here playing songs that, you know, mean the world to me. And, you know, while that was true before, it's like now, like these are my songs. These aren't Go Radio songs. These aren't Mayday Parade songs. These are my songs. And it's so much more personal, you know?
Yeah. And now, if you could join any other band for a day, it would be. This is more of a fun one. I think we should pass it down. Let's start over here.
I'll join the Foo Fighters just because Dave Grohl rules. Yeah, that's mine for sure. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going.
Stop giving the mic,
I know.
Aerosmith. That's what he maybe.
Oh gosh, yeah. It'd either be Aerosmith or 30 Seconds to Mars. I don't know.
Hey, dream big, right?
Man, took mine. I was gonna say 30. No, I'd want to tour with Connor Oberst and play in a band with Connor Oberst. I think that would be amazing.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with Connor Oberst, but Bright Eyes, it'd be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. And now, as we've said a million times, As You Are is out today. And what's the inspiration behind the album title?
As You Are is it originally started out as a clothing line that my wife and I were trying to launch.
Oh.
That is something that's still going to come in the future, but
Okay.
we wanted something that kind of summed up, saying like, okay, well, we accept you as you. You don't have to try to be something else. You don't have to be anything other than what you want to be. And as I started writing this record, it became so, I guess, just symbolic of what the record was, because there are the country songs, there are the rock songs, there are the 2006 and 7 songs, there are all those things on the record, but we didn't try to shift it any which way. It was literally, it's just like As You Are. It's like this is me, this is the songs that I wanted to write, recorded the way that I wanted to record them. And I think it was just a very, very all-in record for me.
Yeah. And so this is quite an introduction to your solo music, because we've heard you in a few different bands, but now it's just you. So for anybody who's not too familiar with your style, what song do you think they should listen to as a first impression?
I'd say Save Me.
And why?
Save Me. Save Me is the story of the night that I actually came back to God. And, on top of being a lot more sonically, what I enjoy, I think it tells the best story. I think it's just lyrically, it's the most solid thing that I've got, I think.
Yeah. And what about you guys? Do you have a different idea?
And Jason constantly soloing in it.
Yeah, I do a lot of solos. A lot of solos.
Yeah, I can't complain about that, right? What about you guys? Different first impression song, or would you agree with that one?
Ooh, that is a good one. I mean, I still lean to my favorite jam on the record, which is the Climb Up to My Window.
Oh, that one's good.
I've heard a few fans say that's their favorite.
Yeah.
Seems to be a fan favorite.
It's been a good one so far.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoy it.
And the lyrics do seem quite personal on this album, so what is the message you want to convey to your fans? Did you go in with a message?
No, there's not like a central theme around it. But as always, I try to do the hope and, keep going, because it gets brighter on the other end, I swear. Everything's always better. But for this record, it was really just something that, I don't know, it's just be yourself, do what you want to do. No matter what anybody tells you, no matter how many people tell you can't do it, because there are a lot of people that are going to tell you can't do it.
True.
Do it anyway.
Exactly.
But do it because you love it, and do it because you don't have a choice. That's what your heart and that's what your head is pulling you to do, and do it for that reason. Don't do it because someone else thinks it's cool or
totally. Yeah, I love that message though, because that's something so many people can relate to. Probably everyone listening. And before your solo project, you were in Mayday Parade and Go Radio. So you have a lot of experience being in a band. So now with a solo project, considering the creative process, how is it different working on your own?
It was so much easier. It's
Wait a minute, you were in Mayday Parade?
I was in Mayday Parade.
Okay, cool.
Have you read his Wikipedia page?
But whenever you go into the studio and you can ask these guys, I'm very, is it particular?
Yeah.
Can we say particular? Well,
yeah.
That's the nice way to say what I am in the studio. No, I have ideas, and they're very much, it has to be this way, and I feel it's to a fault. Really, it is. It's like no, it has to be this way, and it has to be this way because this is the way that I heard it when I wrote the song. And when there's not as many cooks in the kitchen, it's a lot easier to make that happen. So there's no fighting. There's no arguing. There's no going, hey, what do you think about this part? It's going like, no, this is the part I wrote for this song. And I was lucky enough. Again, I feel like I'm blowing you guys' horn over here, but
No, just keep going.
But they're one of the very few people that have the patience, I guess, to just kind of let me run with something.
Okay.
You know, I have a very, very A to Z mentality when it comes to stuff. And if I'm on step B of Z, most people are just like, no, that doesn't sound right. But these guys are one of the few people in the world that'll just sit there and go, okay, we got time, keep going.
Good.
You know, like just see what's there, explore the studio space.
Dude, you got it.
So from your perspective, how was it getting to work with Mr. Particular over here? What was it like for you guys in the studio?
I'll start, but
Yeah.
There we go.
it was so much fun working with Jason because he had a particular vision coming into this, and he played every instrument on the album.
Did you really?
Which was unbelievable. He's like, yeah, I can play drums. And we're like, okay, yeah, all right, sure.
Yeah, give it a shot.
We'll see. And he goes in there, he's like, just going crazy. I'm like, where did that come from? So we'll like record the drums. He's like, I got a bass line. It's just like on the fly. It's like incredible. I was like, this dude is like a musical genius. So I was blown away by that. And
I'm blushing.
yeah, so I mean, I don't know if a lot of people know that, but Jason did play like every instrument on the album. It was amazing. And like while we're playing back a guitar part, he's writing the harmony solo to the guitar part. It's like he was like 3 steps ahead of us. We just like couldn't keep up. Just keep recording, man. And so that was my favorite part.
Dude, the cool thing is that I feel like this record, we were in no way like defined by genre. It was all about which ones are like the incredible songs, which one hit home the most. And it's cool because it was just the 3 of us hanging out in a room making a record, and there was not like, you know, let me go over here and try and convince someone of something else to see if they think it's just like, let's try it, let's do it. And dude, I liked all the soloing. Just shredding everywhere.
It was kind of like, do you like it? Do you like it?
It's like,
I like it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Keep it
Time.
Here we go. I only had to pay them $50 a piece to say those things.
Yeah,
so.
right? Yeah, just for this interview. For every interview. Paid each one. No, but a lot has changed since you started touring. One thing for sure, you have a wife sitting over there and a child on the way,
I do.
which is quite a life-altering experience, to say the least. So did your family influence you at all on the album?
Family is the, you know, the second biggest influence out there. I feel like you've got God and you've got family, and those two things should be your life.
Sure.
You know, I've got friends obviously, but at some point, you know, your friends become your family, and then there's again are the only two things that should be influencing your life. So absolutely, if you're gonna write an honest song, it's gonna be about those two things.
Right.
You know, so yeah, absolutely. Friends and family and God, those are the biggest influences out there.
Good. And now you also did a cover of Hey Jude by the Beatles, which is quite an ambitious song choice, to say the least. I mean, that's a classic. So I was like, man, he's got guts for putting this on the album. Why'd you guys choose that song? What was it about that one?
Funny story with that song. My wife had there was always some musician somewhere that had a thing for my wife, and she's never been like a musician dater or anything like that, but she's a pretty woman, and so every one of her birthdays someone would, you know, sing Hey Jude to her, whether it be a cappella or on an acoustic guitar or something like that. And so the original release date for this song was supposed to be on her birthday. And so my thoughts were, it was like, I'm gonna one-up everybody in the world.
Ooh.
Because what's better than singing it, recording it, and then dropping the record on your birthday?
That is true. I guess it was your turn, and
Yeah.
you're like going all out, yeah?
So, we started doing the song, and we laid down the piano, and as we're laying down the piano, after the drums are down, I'm sitting there, and I'm just going like, what is going on? Like, I'm hearing this, and I'm hearing this thing that I'm doing. I'm like, can I change a Beatles song? Like, so the end progression of the song is like something that we all kind of like battled with a little bit, going
Right.
like, it's the Beatles, it's Paul McCartney.
Jason still feels like he's getting in trouble.
I do.
Really?
Every time I play it, I'm like, Paul McCartney's gonna walk in and just punch me in the throat as hard as he can,
Yeah.
and go, that's not how I wrote it.
Oh,
so
man. But I think you did an amazing job, so I think Paul McCartney would be pretty happy.
I hope so.
I think he would. And one of my favorite songs on the album is Do I. I absolutely love that song. What was the inspiration behind it? What's the story behind the song?
You know, that honestly, as much as I hate to talk about when my wife and I do fight and do argue, you know, that was one of those rare moments. And you know, I was thinking about how I'm the most stubborn person in the world. I'm Irish to the core, and when I take a stance on something, it doesn't matter at what point during the argument I realize that I'm wrong. Because it always happens. But yeah, you keep fighting because that's what you do. I don't stop yelling because if I stop yelling, I lose.
Oh, no.
And that's just how it is. So yeah, we were, you know, on the way up to the studio, I believe. Yeah, and then that song came like very first thing. So it was really kind of awesome to write because I got to go in, and obviously the argument is over.
Okay.
You know, and yeah, the argument's over. Everything's fine, but sitting down behind this piano, and they had just gotten the grand piano in there. Or they hadn't just gotten it. It's the first time I'd been able to play it. Literally like day one of recording. I got in there like gotta be 2:00 in the morning. And they left the studio open for me, and they were just like, yeah, just go in, just mess around, whatever you want to do. So I was sitting in a dark room playing piano by myself. It's like the most ridiculously, like, you know, sad thing that you could ever think about ever. You know, if I'd had some candles, it would have been just the end. But no, so I start playing this thing, and I'm like, this progression is really cool. And like, oh, and then it fits with this. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm writing about how I'm stupid. I'm just like no, I am not a smart man. And then I'm immediately like, I'm sorry.
That was quite the story there.
I spin a tale. You know, I will tell
That's
stories.
what the honest jams do.
Absolutely. Made for a good album. And I asked for fan questions on Twitter, and almost everyone was asking about a solo tour. People want to see you on the road. So is that something in the works, something you want to do maybe?
It's, you know, something that might happen eventually. But for right now, you know, I'm really, really happy being home and being a husband and, you know, soon to be a father.
Yeah, understandable.
And, yeah, I'm just, you know, that stage of my life is something that I've always looked forward to, but now that it's almost here, I just couldn't be happier. I can't imagine leaving home right now.
No, I agree. Cherish it. You know, enjoy being home for a little while. But do you have any other upcoming plans that you want to share with fans right now, or?
Not really.
No?
You know, the plans are right now to have a good time. You know, if an opportunity presents itself to play a fun show, I'll play it.
Yeah.
I am just gonna. What's that? Oh yeah, I do have 2 dates on Warped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Very
Thank you.
What dates?
Orlando and West Palm Beach. I'll be playing
sweet.
acoustic basement on Warped, so
Awesome.
come and hang out there. And other than that, for the time being, I'm just gonna be a husband and a dad. And like I said, when a cool opportunity presents itself to play a show, then I'll play it, and it'll be fun.
Sounds good. And anybody who wants to follow all of you guys on social networks, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff, where can everyone follow you?
At Go Jason.
The real Zach Odom.
At Kenneth Mount.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out. This has
Absolutely.
been awesome. Everybody watching, make sure you check out Jason's new album, As You Are. You could get it on iTunes right now. And also subscribe for more interviews. And I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Sick.
That's the way to end it.